should be ready by now. Never ready, never ready. Hey, what is up, Saboteur? How you doing, man? I hope you're doing well. Get my mic up. Just making noise, I'm sorry. How you doing, man? And welcome. Ike, how you doing, Ike? Ike's Design. Ooh, gentlemen, Ike and Charles, I believe, right? You guys both use that flat calligraphy pen in your ink work. I think I've seen Charles some of your stuff, and Ike was using it on some of his Inktober stuff. So I thought that was cool. Now I have to buy it. Now I have to buy that pen to to stay in line with you guys. All right, got my water. There's never enough space, no matter how much space you have on your desk. So this is Saboteur. This is another one of those homage pieces that I'm doing for Rob Norton. He has this another book coming out based on his own OC characters that are based on like 90s era extreme comics. And I asked if it was alright if I did one of his OCs as a pinup or collab. So I chose one of his characters that is kind of based on, not based, but is an amalgam of Cable, as you can see. So I thought that'd be cool. I sent it to him, an image of it. I'm just trying to hear back, waiting to hear back to see if he liked it. But yeah, this was fun to do. It's so crazy. I love how absurd it is. Which what reminds you of Michael Jordan? The Daredevil? Yeah. This I took from. That's from the Dave Mazzucchelli run. Frank Miller. What is it? What is it called? I got looking at it. Born Again? I think that's the Born Again run. The Kingpin had Nuke just destroy Hell's Kitchen. And this was one of my first attempts of trying to do fire with gouache. Um, I wish I would have looked at more reference to tell you the truth, but I was kind of getting it. Oh no, this isn't the first time. I think the Jean Grey drawing was, but it's just really messy. Oh, and what's up, Sab? How you doing, man? Sab, I was telling, I don't know if you was in here a second ago. I was just saying how you and the other gentleman there, Ike from Ike's Design, you used that same flat calligraphy ink pen on some of your work, and that now I have to buy it. So I could be down with the cool kids. Some water. Yeah, the parallel pen. You guys drawing with me? Just hanging out? You guys working on stuff? I know, Sub, you putting in work on that on your pages. I don't need this anymore. Ah, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, man, that's the point of this stuff, man. We're just like sitting in detention all over again. Oh, Sab, this is the thing I was telling you about. There goes my Mr. Grimm. Yeah, this was one of my first one of the first few attempts I had in gouache. Uh, let me grab the other one so you can check it out. 1 second. You know, I had this little book. Well, it's a shame. I had a little booklet of some older paintings, but I guess it's so small, I can't find it. I'll definitely share them when I get a chance to check them out. It was you. Yeah, that's why I try to clarify if it was thing, things could mean a lot of things, a lot of things. All right. Uh, so yeah, with this thing, I'm going to work on the background, uh, and I'm still kind of in the air what I'm gonna do with the this foreground. I don't know if I was thinking of making it snow because they're in the Canadian wilderness. This is based on the uh, the first appearance of of Wolverine. So I wanted to try to you know, keep that in mind. Can show it, but honestly, I don't know. So, but I do like the way this transition is here. So I'm gonna see if I can just maintain some of that, work on this, and see where we go from there. For this painting, I'm actually using Strathmore Bristol board, smooth. Um, I, at this point, really don't have a preference with paper because of the method that I use after I draw. The paper, the quality of the paper doesn't is rendered moot, right? Because once I finish drawing, I will spray with fixative to protect the pencils, and then I add gesso over the whole thing. So no matter what type of paper that I'm using, unless it's really cheap, or not cheap, very thin, maybe copier paper, which I don't use at all, that the paper quality doesn't, or the paper brand doesn't really come into play that much with me. Um, so yeah, that's really my thing with paper. For instance, this drawing is done in using acrylic paper, and this is probably the thickest paper I have, uh, 300 GSM, and so the paper won't warp. Some of it does, and you'll see here. So for this Bristol, it will warp, right? You see, kind of like. So what I end up doing on all of my art pads, I will try to tape all the edges as tight as possible, and kind of use it like, you know how arches, kind of like how arches has these blocks. So I was inspired by this kind of the way these are set up. So I'll tape the heck out of all of my art pads. Um, yeah, I remove the covers because they just get in the way, and yeah, all of them. This is just regular mixed media paper. The painting of Fisto that I did uh, to send to Rob is done on this paper, and this is mixed media paper. I think it's about 170 something GSM, something like that. So again, on any project that I'm working on, if it's a personal project, I'll grab whatever paper I feel is going to give me the best texture for the drawing. I'm always thinking about, at this point, the drawing first. I'd rather focus on the drawing as best as I can, and then worry about the painting after I fixed it and poured gesso. I'm trying to think which one has been the worst in terms of warping. It may be these, but honestly, I tape them so much though that I don't get that much of an issue. It'll be really nice if every... Well, yeah. No, don't worry about the questions, man. That's what we for. Yeah, just regular board. I can't even recall where I got this from. Yeah, whatever board is available. Something that's going to be stiff. Obviously, you don't want anything that, if water gets on it, is going to start deteriorating like your paper. So any type of board, I wouldn't use particle board or anything like that. I even have, I can reach over here. I'll even use this is one of those art panels, those art boards, and you can get them pretty inexpensive at a Walmart or something like that. I know I wasn't going to paint on it, so this is the same exact mixed media paper. It's actually this paper here. This is the brand of paper there, Walmart paper that I put on board. 185 GSM. I was kind of clowning on this because I got it out of Walmart, and it's inexpensive. It's 120 sheets. It was so overbearing that it's really uncomfortable to paint over and draw over, because I don't know, most artists want freedom, right? To draw whatever. So I took a bunch of the pages out and taped them on these board, and now it's like I'll just keep doing that. But I've tried everything. I have watercolor, paper, mixed media. Michaels? Yeah. I get the Cansons watercolor, and the Bristol I've gotten from them. They're pretty expensive. There is a Hobby Lobby that's close to me. Not close, it's close enough. That's a bit cheaper in terms of price. But what I sacrifice in price, I'm paying in driving there and sitting in a longer line. So I don't know what's more valuable to me. But yeah, you can even hear this is smooth, so there shouldn't be any grit. So because the gesso it stiffens it up pretty good, and I get sloppy with the gesso, so it kind of seals. I've been putting a lot of water on this as I've been painting, and I've been kind of rough throwing it around, and so it is coming off of some of the seams, but it doesn't bother me. So yeah, man, I'm a pencil artist first, really. It's the painting that I'm teaching myself and kind of like pushing my artistic journey towards. And I haven't been that snooty or that kind of like anal about this is the type of paper I need all the time whenever I need it. So, yeah, brother. No, of course. You're welcome. You're very welcome. There's no sponsorships yet, so until then, it's whatever whatever I use, man. You're gonna get the honest answer every time. No sponsorships. And this is just Hemi gouache that I've had for about 2 years. I do have some other gouaches, but I'm kind of weird in the sense that I want to finish this set. I'm new to this chat stuff, so what do you mean the super chat? Ah, oh dang, dude, I don't. That's a good question. But I appreciate that gesture already. I'll take that. I appreciate it. All right. So you said recently you're starting back on gouache, or you're starting gouache, or this one? It took me a long time to get to wanting to use paints. Honestly, I did some acrylics 3-4 years ago, but I don't know, man. As a nerd for comics, I've always felt paints were for landscapes and that type of stuff, and it kind of like messed my head up. It's such a silly thing to think, seeing what has been done with paints, but it's just kind of like a weird neurosis. So I was doing acrylic and I was doing landscapes and stuff like that. I did a Deadpool with his mask off using acrylics maybe like 6 years ago. Aquí uno no se encuentra nada. One second. Leave it immediately, County, to put everything away. These two may have been maybe the high point of my acrylic work, and then I kind of just stopped from there. Call Me House from DBZ, March 2020, and this thing. Damn. That was 2015. Now I feel old. Damn. I didn't realize that was that long ago. But I always came back. I was never consistent with it. I've always came back to pencil, and then it was just recently, within the last 4 years since I've moved into this new place here, that it was I did inking and painting, like as much as I have. see what that looks like. Somehow too much gray. But yeah, man, the way you do your work and the way you use with Zipatone, it's all instinctual. I think you could be able to do some amazing work with paints. And if you get intimidated, if that's the thing, go monochromatic. I think your stuff looks great. So what do I need? Gotcha. I can see that. I understand that. I used to only see things in grayscale because of all the pencil work. Um, I really did have to force myself to go to do that sharp black and white that you do on your work. But I'm a noodler and I would want to add something, add shade, add tone, or something like that. But I have trouble with tones and values as well. And when it came to painting, I I talk about being my that tree is brown. All I'm going to use is brown. That is green. All I'm going to use is green. And I I failed a lot thinking that way. And the most the weirdest, most gratifying moment I had when I was painting, I started with watercolors before I did gouache, was mixing my own gray using brown and blue. And I was like, that's a thing. I went to school for it. It's just never registered until I did it. I don't know if that makes sense, but I have the weirdest things I'd be proud of is usually the smallest things to some people. And I think as artists we all have kind of like that weirdness. Here, watch this. One of my proudest moments doing watercolor was right. So what I tend to do is I do a lot of this stuff. I will use a lot of reference comic book, anime, manga, whatever's makes me happy inside, and then it removes any pretense on trying to draw or you can't draw whatever. right? Because the whole point is to study and practice painting. Uh, it removes the what am I going to paint? What am I going to draw to paint? So I would do that a lot. But the happiest moment, my friend, mixing these two grays. That's it. And people were like, oh, that looks great. And I'm like, you know what's my favorite part? That mix those grays. Because I'll take it. Yeah, come on, right? I have a feeling I used a different blue when I first painted that background. So, Seb, are you doing a series? Is it going to be like a standalone graphic novel style or episodic? You gonna do issues for your Tommy book? Yeah, absolutely. That's cool. So it'll be. I guess standalone is not really what I'm trying to ask. Like it's gonna have its own conclusive story, and then kind of like to whet the appetite, have people come back to that world. Oh no. And erased all the dialogue. Does that inadvertently help you kind of like tighten up dialogue and scenes that way, or do you think you're like, oh man, what did I say? What did I do here? If the whole issue was only supposed to be 6 pages as a test, gotcha, gotcha. Dude, that would be, I don't know, it's just not the same in the industry, right? If that was a way to, like a portfolio, that's an absolute portfolio piece, by the way. Ah, yeah. Yeah, man. That have the plot in hand, know what's going to happen. Yeah, those are those happy accidents where you go, oh man, there's more work, but you every day we grow, so uh, and change and adapt, and that's a real cool way to think about. Oh, yeah, I could write it this way. It's more realistic. Yeah, that was good. It was really good. That helps. I thought I was losing him. I lose him a little bit here, but that's okay. It was so good. You know what? I think I'm gonna go for it just cause, man, it's bothering me. Oh, sorry, fellas. Did it again. I gotta be careful. He's gonna turn green on me. Hey, Susan, how are you? Thank you. Also, I feel like I've been noodling around Wolverine this whole time. This is probably, no, not even probably. This may be the longest I've ever a project ever worked on a project, um, and it's only because I felt that if I started it on live, I should finish it on live. Right? We came together, we leave together. So that's kind of like the idea behind feeling like I'm been doing this thing for so long. Well, good luck on the job hunting. I hope positive vibes. I'll be praying for you. I might have to stand up because I can't see anything. I have no idea what's happening. All right, I think I have an idea. Sub, do you only use do you use a specific ink? Do you use India ink on your panels, or some type of archival ink? There it goes. It looks like waves. Yeah, I hope so, Susan, because I think um, I'm pushing so far away from, in terms of the color wheel, right? Yeah, that's pretty close. But that background, we're playing in the same field here. With my oranges on this side, that's kind of weird how that turned out. and the purple being underneath the way it is. Look at that, I painted the dang color wheel. Oh, I appreciate that, so thank you. Sab, I appreciate you coming through, man, and you're very welcome. Uh, I um I don't gatekeep, man. If you have a question, I'd love to answer it. And I already have an idea to pitch you for a pinup, as we spoke about. So I really appreciate you, man. You have a great weekend. And yeah, man, thank you so much for swinging through. I appreciate you. am struggling with this piece down here. But it's coming along. You guys have any plans for the weekend? I like that. That's a plan. I like that plan. That's good, man. I hope you're successful in doing nothing, resting and resting, man. Some good R&R, man. I feel like this right here is probably the way to go. But I wonder if it'll render this too dark. I might have to draw over it and do some experimenting. That'd be really cool. Some watercolor. You've said you've done watercolor before, or is this gonna be your first time jumping in? she's good, man. Separate that, so I'm gonna have to add. That's gonna have to be. I kind of like that gray. So that gray here, here. Some white here. Excuse me, I gotta cough for a second. So that's light. Dark. Dark. That might work. My tones are too similar. I need that bright red, yellow to break it up. And he'll pop in the foreground. I like that gray though. Yes. Yeah. Yes, it is all because of the gesso. Yeah, I was trying to find my planes. I kind of lost. I didn't give myself enough detail when I was drawing this part of the. They get lighter as they go backwards, but that's. Um, so I didn't do much planning in that sense. So kind of like painting myself in a corner here, as they say. So I went and I drew over. looks like something. I don't know what yet. I think if I can hit that with some highlights, it'll look like it'll separate the planes, I think. And, oh my lord, I'm so sorry. If it isn't ASMR scraping, it's blowing your eardrums off by banging on the mic. Alright, that's I want like some ethereal blue. Art Nerdy, how are you? Thank you for swinging in here. Gentle. There you go. See if I can play with hot and cold here. Let me see if I can get a little closer so you guys can see what I'm doing here. All I'm doing is adding a little bit of this acid blue, a little bit of, what is this? What are these colors? That is acid blue and cobalt blue. Because I want to keep in mind that I want an ethereal blue light here. Some edge lighting on the from off screen. God knows what's happening over here, but I want to play on cold and hot. So that's what the, if you guys are like, what's he doing? That's what that's for. Because it's just way too hot here. And I think it'll be kind of interesting to have such a dynamic between fire and ice. So I'm just trying to some places here to, when I start using my greens, which I think for the Hulk is going to be a subdued green. I kind of like, I'm not going to do the Jade Giant and have him all green. He'll be green, but mostly a little darker, a little grayish green. So I'm just trying to, and this will probably be the only thing I do on the Hulk today. I do plan on jumping back on live on Monday. And I don't think I'm gonna do anything this weekend. Yeah, Susan, I kind of lost it too. I guess because I didn't do any detail on the original drawing, I was like, oh, I kind of like left it without planning, and it really did bite me in the end. It's still kind of like a hot mess, but at least this is a better foundation. I can still play. That's why I really enjoy using gouache. I'm sure you can do it with acrylic and others, but I really do enjoy being able to experiment, and if this don't look good, I can be more expressive and tear it up. I don't know how much I can do that. I don't know how much leeway gouache will give me, but at this point, it has given me enough to play. The sandbox is pretty big. But yeah, I think I kind of lost it a second ago. And I think I was playing too nice with this area, considering these two are the combatants. They have such a spot where they'll be standing on and nothing's happening. Doesn't feel right. What I got? So I think, and I'll zoom in a little bit more for y'all. Make it interactive. I think what I'm going to do, put in a border here to separate that. So then now we have several planes of, he's definitely the first one here, the foreground. This would be the second layer, or the first layer of background. There's a spot where Wolverine is straddling here that'll continue. And then our eye line on the Hulk's waistline. He's on a diet. Yeah, so this is our eye line right here. Yeah, and Susan, the benefit of using gesso on regular type of drawing paper on Bristol board smooth, which is more for drawing than it is painting, it holds up really well. Yes, there's some buckling. And if I didn't have the tape, first of all, if I didn't have this tape all around it, it would have just basically pulled off the paper. I mean, off his binding. But that gesso really does keep it held together. And I think even if it was off the binding, it wouldn't be that difficult. There might be some pooling, right? If this was off of the casing, there'd be some pooling where you would have to be a bit more careful, but just you could probably just thicken up the consistency of the paint, and it's not going to deter us to continue. All right, I'm gonna put some blue here. We don't know what type of blue light is happening on the right side, but that'll give this smoke some 3D. This would have been a good time for me to use if I was comfortable with them using the color pencils to enhance some of these edges here. But alas, it shan't be. The colors really help determine the. I thank you. Yeah, yes, they would take too long. Yeah. So alas, they can go. They can stay sitting. I might give those away. Let's see. I gotta at least do one, right? One color pencil project, maybe. I feel like noodling. No. don't know if you guys can hear my cat in the background. My cat is 15 years old. If you hear her singing, it's because her name is Broadway. But she's 15 years old, and she's deaf. She's gone deaf, so she has no volume control. So if you hear her singing in the background, that's all. I'm trying something here. I was gonna keep this white outline, but I think that if I add the bit of the fire color, it'll make him stand out a little bit more than just the white, and kind of it'll make more sense than it was just white. You have a good one, Susan. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a great weekend. And good luck on that job hunting. Like I said, we'll be praying for you. Positive vibes only. But thank you, and have a great weekend. I'm probably not gonna be on for another few minutes anyway. Oh, that's cool. It looks like he's glowing. But yeah, man, I think this came along pretty well today. I think this piece here is probably gonna bother me until I figure it out. But for now, I'm gonna work on him. We'll work on the Hulk, and then maybe something along the lines happens, and we'll fix this thing. But I think I kind of got the gist of what we wanted to do here. I just gotta get my planes right. But yeah, I'll probably be dipping out in a few minutes. I won't be touching this until the next time, until Monday. lose that edge, make it look good, make it look like it's glowing. My room is so dry, man. My paints dry up so quickly. Then I always make the mistake of when I rehydrate them, putting too much water. tell you what, I really like the effect of that fire. It really blooms, man. If there's anything that I take away from all of this, if it fails or not, that fire really, I'm proud of that. All right. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna call it. Moving along. So close. I think that's more. I think that's more pep for me. But thank you to all you guys that jumped on. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Happy Friday. And yeah, oh, thank you, Ike. Yeah, and I think I will be back on Monday. And I think Monday will be, we'll start focusing on the Hulk. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Ike. Susan, I know you guys are gone. Our Nerdy, I know you, if you're still here, thank you. But yeah, have a great weekend, everybody.